I know that Laura Karen, aka Mrs. Berlowitz, is being honored for her 20 years of teaching at Schechter Westchester. I wonder what we could do to say thank you for all she's given us.
Good evening, I'm Karen Berlowitz. I still remember the day that I was offered my position here as a kindergarten teacher. At the time, I did not realize that that phone call would set me on a journey that would change my life in so many meaningful ways, both professionally and personally. Watching that spark and excitement as a child learned something new for the first time is why I became a teacher. Over the years, my KA kids have always amazed me with their sense of wonder and love of learning. As their kindergarten teacher, I am one of the first teachers that they meet when they come to our school. It is one of the coolest things to be able to watch them grow over the years and remember them on their very first day of school. Believe it or not, helping to dismiss children at the end of the day has been a lot of fun. Dismissal gives me the opportunity to stay connected to families. I like having the ability to end somebody's day with a smile and have a great afternoon. I love teaching at Schechter because I get to interact with amazing colleagues each day. I also appreciate the partnership I have with families. Most of all, I especially like being able to walk into my classroom each day, work and plan with a good friend, and teach and have fun with my students.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Kurlander from the class of 2018, and I just want to thank my mom so much for being the wonderful role model who she is. I love seeing you in the halls when you come to school sometimes. Your light really shines on to other people. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Mom. On behalf of my siblings and I just want to say thank you and enjoy your night. You really deserve it. Thank you so much.
Good evening, I'm Laura Kurlander, and I would like to say a mazel tov to all my fellow honorees. When I found out that I would have to say something upon being honored, my initial thought took me back to my first volunteer experience at Schechter. I was the class parent of fellow honoree Karen Berlowitz's KA class. My main responsibility was to call all the parents at the crack of dawn when there were snow delays or cancellations. This experience led to my continuous involvement over the years in various roles. And now here I am, 12 years later, feeling so proud and honored to be part of this Schechter Westchester community. When Stephen and I were looking at schools, Schechter fit our requirements in every aspect, except distance. Being Riverdale residents, many fellow parents were questioning our decision. Well, how thrilled I am that we ignored their concerns, because I have learned a little traffic cannot detract from all that we have gained from this extraordinary place. And how happy I am that so many others from our community have followed in our footsteps. And looking back, I don't think I understood how large a role this school would play in our lives. Our children's appreciation and understanding of Judaism is beyond what we could have ever provided them with. Listening to them sit around the dining room table on a Friday night, singing the songs they have learned from school, touring Israel with them as they spoke Hebrew fluently while translating for me, interpreting the Torah during dinner discussions, these scenarios are all attributable to their Schechter experience. And through their experience, I too have learned. I have learned to give back to the school that gives so much to my family. I look forward to continuing as a volunteer, and I want to thank everyone here for honoring me this evening. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm David Shasha. I'm the middle child of Ellen and Robert, and I graduated last year along with the class of 2016. I just finished my freshman year at the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. My parents and my grandparents have been very passionate and dedicated to both the Jewish community and education, and Schechter combines these two interests. My late grandparents, Alfred and Hanina Shasha, as well as my parents, were very excited about the opportunities that the Engineering and Entrepreneurship program, as well as the Makerspace, presented, and they immediately decided to invest in them. Fast forward a few years later to this school year, their generosity has continued with the makerspace in the lower school as well as the new textile studio in the upper school. My siblings and I see my parents as role models, and we're so proud of them for what they've done for the Jewish community and for many future generations of Jewish students here at Schechter in continuing their education. From Jordan, Caroline, and me, Mazel Tov, Mom and Dad.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Shasha, and I'm very honored to be here. And we'd like to congratulate as well the other honorees and everyone in the community besides the honorees who do so much for the school. I got really close to Schechter was by, with Liz Landau, creating an MBA course for the high school students. I learned how to teach, and the cutest part was that I had both of my sons separately in my class. By teaching here and hanging around the school, I was always impressed by how it really allows kids to feel, themselves.
Hi, my name is Ellen Aschendorf Shasha. So it started for me with coming to, helping serve lunch in the lower school, or helping distribute the challahs, or getting involved in this or that. Several years ago, when they decided to redo the lunchroom, so I stuck my nose in, and the next thing you know, I got involved. I met with a contractor, so it just snowballed from one activity to another. It's mostly to teach my children that one gives to the community to make a difference, not just for ourselves, but for the entire Schechter community. And my parents brought me up this way, so we are bringing up our children this way. Most of all, I want to thank Solomon Schechter with giving our family the opportunity to bring up our children here, because that made a great difference. I want to thank the other honorees for celebrating with us tonight and for making a difference at Schechter. And most of all, I want the entire community to have a lot of fun tonight. Thank you.
I'm Jason Friedland. I'm an alum of the school, and my wife Jackie and I have 4 kids currently attending Schechter Westchester. My parents instilled in me a great love for the Jewish people, and they taught me by example how to lead a life devoted to the Jewish people. When I was growing up, my parents were very involved in various leadership roles for UJA, the ADL, Project Kesher, Temple Israel, and actually my mother was a trustee of the Solomon Schechter School. They've also been involved in various projects in Israel. And by watching my parents, they really taught me how to show up, how to lead, how to work, all for the betterment of the Jewish people. And on behalf of my brothers, our wives, and my parents' 10 grandchildren, I just really want to wish my parents Mazel Tov on this well-deserved honor. They've done really great stuff with their work and generosity for the school and for the rest of the Jewish people. Thank you.
We're Sheila and Bob Friedland.
I am thrilled at the fact that when a child graduates from this school, they not only get the finest secular education that they can get, but also get the finest Jewish and Hebrew education that they can get. To be able to read Hebrew, to be able to speak Hebrew naturally and easily is a real gift. I'm thrilled that our 3 kids graduated from here. It may sound strange, I'm one who has a shop, a woodworking shop, and when I see these kids doing shop right here, I wish I could do it all over again.
I think about this school from the lens of our own experience. I remember saying to our sons when they were students here, we never pushed you for grades, we never pushed you for sports. What we want is to create adults who have fine character. And I have to say, it worked. This school was our partner in giving them values, and guess what? They're real mensches. And part of my personal belief is that Your own family is wonderful, but when you come to this school, you learn that you're part of a much larger family, which is the story of the Jewish people, the past, the present, and the future. And we're just so grateful that we had the opportunity to send them here and now have our grandchildren go here. It's really a dream come true.
Sheila and I would also like to congratulate Robert and Ellen and Lori and Karen on this honor as well. Thank you.
Have a great night, everybody.